Hi everyone, welcome back. For today's mani, we're going to be dipping into new colors from Luxie Nail. We're going to be playing with the new Enchanted Fairy Collection. We're going to be playing with 3 out of the 5 colors today, but stay tuned, we will be diving into the other colors as well. But before we get into this mani today, I'm going to prep this nail for color blocking. I'm just using that 3M medical tape, just applied it where I wanted that color blocking to be, and then I like to use a little silicone tool just to make sure that tape is laying super flat. Now we're going to go in with the gel method today. I'm going to do a very thin layer of gel base on the nail. Also, the shape that we're doing, we're switching up the shape today. We're going to do a medium coffin, and everything that we are using today can be found in that description box below. So after I went ahead and applied a very thin layer of gel base, I did not cure. I'm just gently dipping into that cupcake liner, and we're going to tap off. And this is Celtic Opal, and it is so pretty. I love it so much. Now this collection is like the perfect combination of spring and St. Patty's Day mixed into one, and it's really gonna get you ready for spring season and kind of transition you into summer. Plus, some of these colors you can rock honestly all year long. There's really no rules or what colors you can wear when. This is just an overall a really beautiful thought out collection, and I really love it so much. I love the opal flakes in here as well, and it has like that like slight like almost like a springy green background to it. It's really pretty. It really makes those foils pop. So we're going to do the exact same thing on this nail here. Gonna go in with that gel base and then keep dipping. So we are going to be playing with 3 colors today, and it's going to be a very simple mani, but yet we're pulling in a little bit of color blocking. And then since this is the Enchanted Fairy Collection, we had to add a little fairy decal to one of the nails to kind of just tie in the whole theme here. But overall, really fun. I'm already loving Celtic Opal so much. I love the coverage. Now when you're playing with any opal or flaky kind of dips, just make sure you do take that extra time just to make sure everything is laying super flat. So that's why you see me spending a little bit more time just pressing down those flakes, because I really want to make sure they're laying super flat before we go ahead and cure it, because I do not want to cut into any of those foils. And then this is the color blocking nail. I wanted to really try color blocking with an opal and then do like a really fine shimmer to kind of see how that turned out. Spoiler alert, I really did love how it turned out. But now we're just going to go ahead and finish up the first dip here and gently press everything down. And then once everything's completely flat how I want it, we're going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds. And then we're just going to go ahead and do a second dip today. So that's all we're doing. We're keeping it real simple. All right, so enough chit chat. Let's dive into these new beautiful colors and see them in action. And then I'm going to pop back in just a little bit. All right, so you can see here I'm struggling a little bit with that color blocking tape. It did not come off in like a clean piece, which is okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the rest of that tape off the nail. And then to clean up that line, I'm just gonna go in with a file and make sure that line is exactly how I want it before we go in with the other color. This step right here is important for your color blocking because if your line isn't exactly how you want it and you go in with the other color, you're not gonna be able to fix that line after you apply that other color. So just keep that in mind. Just make sure that line, that original line that you started with, is exactly how you want it before you go in with that second color. It's going to save you all the time in the world when you are doing your filing and buffing. All right, so let's get back into this mani, and then I'm going to pop back in at the end with my final thoughts. Now this mani would not be complete without a little sprinkle of pixie dust. We had to add a little fairy to one of the nails here just to tie in the whole Enchanted Fairy collection. So the best part about doing a layer of gel base on the nail and curing it, it gives the nail a little bit of a tacky surface to really help that decal adhere to the nail and lay flat. And it also gives you a little bit of wiggle room so you can gently move around that decal to get it exactly where you want it before you seal it in. And now that we have that decal decal exactly where I want it, I'm going to go ahead and seal it in. I'm going to use a flat brush and a little bit of acetone. So I'm just going to saturate that brush, wipe it off, and then I'm just going to ever so gently fade out the sides of that decal where that transition of the decal meets the nail. And then I'm just going to go ahead and press down any air bubbles or lines that may be in that decal so we have a very smooth surface. Just make sure you have a very, very delicate hand and that you do not have like too much acetone on that brush. Once that nail and that decal is dry from that acetone, I'm going to seal it in with a layer of gel top coat. This is a 2-in-1 gel top coat, and then I'm going to finish up the rest of the nails off camera. And here's the finished mani. It's definitely giving me those spring feels. I love the pop of pink. Celtic Opal is simply beautiful. And then we have like this really fun green glitter. I only needed to do one dip of that fine green glitter. It was like the perfect amount of sparkle, the perfect amount of coverage. It was everything, and I just love how this mani turned out. It's very simple, but yet we have like that beautiful opal. We're pulling in some shimmer. We have some color blocking, and then we have that really just like really pretty fairy. She's just sitting on that mushroom hanging out with her butterfly. But overall, I love how these powders performed with the gel method, and if you are looking for some spring colors, these are definitely a good option to consider. So everything that we did use in today's video can be found in that description box below. I hope you enjoyed today's fairy spring mani, and I'll see you all in the next one.